All right, welcome, 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 welcome. What is going on, everybody? Happy Tuesday, Wednesday. Is today Tuesday or Wednesday? Today's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. It is the third trading day of the week for us. I cleaned my camera. I think it looks a little cleaner, to be honest with you. But again, today is the 13th. We are going to look at some charts today. A lot of notable news going on today. A lot of really important notable news to talk about. We had CPI in the New York session went absolutely nuts. We've seen Bitcoin and USD and gold all reach highs that they haven't been at in years. We're seeing a lot of moving parts going on here. A lot of moving parts going on here in the markets. But this is why we trade the Asian session, because we get the aftermath of the news. We get to see some clarity. We have a lot better price action, in my opinion. So we're going to get right to it and start going over charts. But I hope everybody had a really good day. I've got the next 2 days to start working on some really big projects that I'm really excited for you guys to see. It's going to be really good, productive next couple days, but let's get to the charts and make some money tonight. Let's take a look here. Oh, we're going to start with volume like we always do. USD CHF coming in with the most volume. Oh boy, is that buying up. Ugly looking chart, let me tell you. Ugly looking chart. This U-shape, some call it a cup and handle. Not necessarily the most fun to trade or easiest to trade. But certainly an interesting candle. So we have our CHF JPY chart here. Looking like it's a break and retest for a buy. We're going to mark that as a buy. Euro CHF is nearing the top here, but it actually has been here recently, in recent past, December 19th. So we're going to look at Euro CHF as a buy. Euro JPY is at a really, really, really high height. This is the highest Euro JPY has been in a very, very, very long time. We're going to put a zone up here, but I think we may end up breaking it. We'll see. But this is a uncharted territories, at least for this past year. So we're looking at highs right now that have not been touched in a very long time, and that's when price action gets a little tricky on knowing whether it's going to resist and come back down, or if we're going to blow through new zones. So we'll see what happens here. This is kind of uncharted territory, though. GBP AUD is ranging, but I personally like sells for it. We're gonna put it as a sell. AUD JPY, another JPY pair that looks like a buy. GBP CHF at a strong resistance. We're gonna look at sells there. Euro AUD ranging. GJ buying. USD JPY we're staying away from, moving way too much. We're just gonna unflag it completely. Don't like that. Again, what we're doing is just going through our charts here and getting rid of the charts that we don't like, and really zooming in and trying to understand the charts that we do like. Ryan, you're funny. I'm 33, guys. Ryan likes to pretend that he's a lot younger than me, but he's really not. Oh, look at that. Nightbot working. All right, anyway. Looking at some of these charts here. GBP NZD is looking like a buy. GBP CAD. Oh, boy. Looking like the big 5-0, huh, Ryan? Thanks, man. I appreciate you. Just marking up my levels here. Man, I really like the sell on GBP CAD a lot. We're going to move that up here. I really like the sell on GBP CAD, guys, a lot. That's probably my #1 trade right now. Just because of that fair value gap and the downturn that it took here. If we look at it on the 4-hour, it's probably gonna, yeah, that thing's gonna go. It's gonna make a wick. We had no wick. It's gonna come down and create a wick at some point. So we're gonna get a wick from that at some point in the near future, in my opinion here. But let's hop to the 15-minute, and that's what we're going to analyze a lot of these charts on now that we've got whether they're a buy or a sell. Again, USD CHF is nearing a very, very high resistance. We're not going to touch that until it gets somewhere near there. It's not something that I want to mess with until we're at a zone. Plus, our trading rules just don't allow us to do that. CHF JPY. Too early to tell, but it looks like a buy, guys. We have an established uptrend here. Got a pretty strong uptrend on this trade right here. We got a break and retest of the highs way up here. I think we could look for a buy here on CHF JPY for 70 plus pips. I think we're going to finish off a W move. It's kind of a big W. There's a lot of good looks on this one, but we're going to need to get a candle closure above the EMA ribbon, so I'm going to mark out where we want to see this. We need a candle closure above that. Good morning, Adele. Adele's my moderator, guys. He's the best. Good morning, everybody. Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Hope you're having a great day. GBP NZD from yesterday. GBP NZD from yesterday. That's wild. So GBP NZD from yesterday, it's kind of ranging right now. It's kind of ranging right now, to be honest with you guys. Little tough to take a trade here. I wouldn't touch this right now. But if we can break highs, I'd say we can go for a buy. But if we break lows, we can look for a sell. We're gonna go back to the top and look at volume here. We're gonna look at volume here. We're gonna start marking these charts where we think we can get in buys and sells. I really don't like Euro CHF with how high it is. We're gonna unflag that. Like I said about Euro JPY, we're at a pretty high. Like the 4-hour, this is serious highs right here. So there's a couple charts. We're gonna have to wait a lot. We're gonna have to wait a little bit to get some more intel on what these charts are doing. I'm gonna have to change the timing on that Nightbot stuff. It's way too often. change this. Alright, yeah, I changed it. We're good. Alright, so let's get back to these charts here, guys, because that's the most important thing that we're looking at here. I really like sells on GBP AUD. The hour's not giving us much. Let's look at the 5 here. GBP AUD. Thank you. I appreciate you. GBP AUD looks like a sell. We had to break a structure on this pin flag. So we had a bullish pin flag here. And it ended up breaking toward the downside, as you guys can see there. One day is a sell, but the 4 hours a buy. That's interesting. Very interesting. The 1 day is a sell because of that wick, but the 4 hours a sell. Yes, we got some interesting charts here. Some really weird market opens, in my opinion. On the 4, we kind of already made our measuring move. On the 15, we're going to need to clear those fair value gaps. So we're going to chart this one out here. So this is what we're looking for here. There's our key levels. So our key levels are defined. That's the first thing you got to do when you're looking at a chart, is find the key levels. We have found the key levels. Now that we found them, we marked them up. Now we wait for them to move. We're going to move this one up here. GBP CAD, let's identify these levels. These are going to be very key to us here. We've got tighter levels here. Much tighter levels. Much tighter levels on this chart. The first 15-minute candle of Asian session open is really important for us on this 15-minute strategy that we've been using. USD CHF, again, we're too high to even predict a rejection. We're not touching it. We've got that marked up. Euro CHF, we're not touching. Euro JPY, we're not touching. Ooh, AUD JPY. 15-minute time frame, guys. AUD JPY. Full candle closure above. We're going to need it to break these highs. We have a full candle closure above with a fair value gap that's being upheld. This is a really good looking trade. AUD JPY, guys. For buys, in terms of room, we've got almost 27 pips of room. But we have the EMA ribbon flip. That's 1. Uptrend confirmed. 2. Now we need it to break the highs or the lows for 3. And we have a fair value gap right here that's being used as a support. That's 4. So we have our 4 rules. We need it to break the high or the low here to figure out what we're going to do on this chart. But I like this chart a lot. This is a good looking chart. We should fill this wick. And we do have a fair value gap right here we may have to worry about. This one right here. But if we break above these highs right here, I think we should see 10 to 20 pips that way. Bullish close too with a new fair value gap. That's always solid. But we're going to want to see a breaker of the highs or the lows on the ribbon flip here to take a trade. GBP CAD's trying, and GBP AUD is looking like a really nice sell, but we're caught between two fair value gaps here. So in order for us to take a trade on this time frame, we're going to need to see it break one of these. Minimally, we're going to have to see it break one of those. That's going to be really key for us. Sham Saeed, what's going on, man? Welcome back to the stream. Glad you're here. Glad you're here, man. Welcome back. Hope you're having a good day. AUD JPY formed a big red fair value gap. Where? What are you looking at, the hour? Oh, yeah, this fair value gap right here we got to get through. Yeah, glad to see you, man. Yeah, on the 1 hour. We're still confirmed uptrend here. We're still confirmed uptrend on AUD JPY. Higher highs, lower lows. So we're going to... Here, I'll draw it out, but... We're still confirmed uptrend here. Yeah, this is trend. So we do need to break this fair value gap on the hour, and that'll happen if we break this zone right here. If this zone gets broken, we'll break it, and we'll be able to go for buys. But if not, it'll be sells. We could see it reject and totally fill this zone, and if it does, we're looking for 50 plus pips, but we do have a subzone that we need to be aware of. We certainly need to be aware of this zone right here as well. And we've got some decent volume coming in on most of these charts. We've got some decent volume coming in on these charts here. Still looking at USD CHF for a buy there. Look at some of these NZD pairs. Some of these NZD pairs we did pretty well on last week. Don't love these charts though on the NZD pairs, just because we get no volume for until way later in the stream. Always been a fan of Euro AUD. We've done very well on Euro AUD. It follows our structure nicely, but we're ranging here pretty hard. Look at this, ranging. It's a lot of range right there on Euro AUD, and it's a good pair. We've done very well on it, but we're ranging pretty hard. It looks like it's going to try and fill these last 25 pips. But if not, you're looking for 63 pips to the downside. GBP CHF at a really high resistance here. And that's the hour. When was the last time it broke this? Okay, in recent time. Let's see. Last time it was here, we're looking at October. Okay, so a couple months ago. Still in reach. Not out of reach, but definitely still in reach there. Euro GBP with a big old W on the bottom there. We're going to go back to the hour. And remember, a lot of these charts, we had marked up our opening London session on Sunday. So we're going to get rid of some of these markings. This is an interesting chart right here. This line is going to be very important. Whether we break this or go under this is going to determine whether this is a buy or whether this is a sell. And I'll tell you why. It's a support back here. but it's a resistance right here, but it's a support down here. So you're in between zones right here. This is our zone to watch for. If it breaks that way, we go there. If it breaks that way, we go there. Nice looking trade on the hour. It's bearish in my opinion. It's bullish on the 4 hour. So you've got some conflicting information here, and you're stuck in between two fair value gaps. But the 15 looks like it might create an M pattern here. 15 looks like it's creating an M pattern. It looks like a nice sell, but it doesn't meet any of our trading criteria. Again, it has to meet 3 to 4 of our trading rules for us to take it. No movement on GBP CAD. But that AUD trade. We're going to look at Euro AUD again real quick. I'm not sure about that one. We're going to mark it as yellow because it's not giving us any information that we could use. Neither is NZD USD. We're going to unflag that. NZD CAD, we're going to unflag that. Euro GBP is a very solid looking trade. I do like that. And GBP NZD, we've kind of marked up what we need to see here. So Euro AD, we're going to unflag. GJ, going back to GJ. I know everyone loves GBP JPY. Strong fair value gap here. So we're going to mark our zones, but break above or break below, we take something there. We're going to put that as yellow. Same with NZD. We're going to put that as yellow. CHF JPY. It looks like we're taking some downside here, and we could see this zone. Would be really nice. Be about 37 pips to see that new zone down there. It's a decent looking chart. I like it. But we need to see it break key levels here. Key levels are what we're talking about. So there's nothing to say until we break a key level. I don't even like Euro JPY.
Granger knows that if your alignment in charge of
Not a fan of this chart really. It's not giving us enough information, and that's the problem. Some of these charts, especially this early in the session, we don't have too much information. Yeah, a lot of the JPY pairs jumped this year, and a lot of that has to do with what's going on in the world. We're getting some good movement on a couple of these charts. I'm going to put our favorite ones up top here. GBP AUD is not one of them. Yeah, that's not one of them either. AUD JPY. If we can break this fair value gap, oh, this is looking really good for a sell, especially on the 1 hour. I do realize that we're on an uptrend, but it's looking really good for a sell for the on the hour. Again, it broke a key zone here, but we're coming into an EMA ribbon. I think we're probably safe to say we're good for 15 pips this way for a rejection. Not enough information yet is how we're going to put that. Unless we get a candle closure below this fair value gap, not enough information. It's important to know, too, when there's not enough information on the chart. Like, you don't want to make things seem as they aren't. Yeah, we're getting a lot of conflicting information on a bunch of these charts. Let's look at Euro GBP on the hour here. Yeah, Euro GBP is going to come down. Euro GBP is going to come down and retest this zone right here. It's going to come down and test this zone, if not all the way down here. So this is a massive break and retest. So I'm going to draw this up for you guys. So you've got micro zones here. And here's going to be a mini support / resistance. Here's another mini resistance. And this chart is coming up and rejecting this zone. You had a full break. Now we're retesting and we're coming back down. It's not many pips, but I think we're going to minimally see 8 to 20 on this chart. But it doesn't quite fit our rules yet. It doesn't quite fit our rules yet. So we can't do anything about it yet. We can't get in a trade on it yet. A lot of interesting movement tonight on these charts, guys. I'd like to see a solid rejection candle and a break of the lows here for 70-something pips, but because we already have the ribbon flip and we already have some solid red FVGs, but we have created new green fair value gaps. We're going to get another 15-minute candle here in 2 minutes. We might hop down to the 5. Ooh, the 5 is a very interesting chart right now. I'm going to see if this fair value gap holds on the 5-minute. Because what we're seeing here on this 5 is a possible double top to come down for 15 pips. But we need to take out this fair value gap right here. We might not. We might not, but we just don't have enough information yet. It's early in session, too. Oh. Let's look at the 15-minute here on Euro JPY. We just got a new 15-minute candle. New 15-minute candle coming in. What was the let's see here. This could have just been a liquidity sweep right there. This thing might go. And if it ends up going like we talked about, break of the highs would give us 25 pips. We just need more information, guys. That's just the honest truth here. On the 5-minute, we had a full candle closure under the EMA ribbon and a fair value gap formed. On Euro GBP, there's not really a lot of volume, so I don't know if I want to touch it. I don't know if I really want to touch it yet. Not until we get another couple candles printed. Yeah, all these are still trading within our zone. So now that we've marked our zones up, though, on all of our charts that we're looking at, now that we've marked our zones up, we can wait for something to break. Wait for something to break a zone. This is actually closer to debt right here. GBP AUD looks really good for a sell, but those fair value gaps look like they may get in the way. They look like they may get in the way. Let's go. There we go, Adele. Adele's in on foreign exchange. We have no breaks of our key zones yet, but we have some nice charts forming. This is looking really nice for a sell. This is looking really good for a sell. We've got our session high and session low, and we just got to break some fair value gaps. The hour is respecting this big fair value gap right here, so that's important to note. Look at these charts on the hour real quick. Just see what we're working with. Boy, AUD JPY looks like it might sell. On the higher time frames, it looks like a sell. And I believe on the lower time frames, we were talking about buys because we had the ribbon flip. But it looks like a sell on the higher time frames. We just need to clear this fair value gap because we've broken under the structure we talked about. This is the only chart so far where we've broken the broken a key zone for us to get in a trade. This is the only chart so far that meets that criteria. And if we look at the 5-minute, 5 minutes trying to retest the zone too. Caught in between two fair value gaps here and here. Hope everybody's having a good day. If you're just joining, Black XCN, Black Ocean, what's up, man? How you doing? Hopefully you're having a good day. Thanks for joining the stream. I appreciate you. I think AUD JPY is going to sell. That's a good candle right there. Black Ocean? I get lucky? I said it right. I'm glad. It was a good guess. It was a good guess. I'm glad I got it right, though, man. I like sells personally on AUDJPY, but we're going to see what happens with this candle. We had a nice little hammer candle, bearish hammer. Thanks for subscribing, man. I appreciate you. We're up to 526 subscribers, guys. Thank you, guys. It really means a lot. Yeah, man. We're teaching everyone how to trade. 2026, everyone's going to trade. We're all going to make money from our computers. Have to. It's a very good skill to learn. We're going to wait for this 5-minute candle to close, but we might take sells right here, guys. We have a candle closure below the EMA ribbon. We've established that it broke below the zone. We have fair value gap here. We've got enough confirmations to take sells here, but I want to see what price does in between this area right here. Price in between here and here is key. What happens right here? Because we're in between FVGs, this one and this one. YouTube. I think the 5 minutes giving us sells here, but we don't want to think. We want to know. We want to have all of our confirmations there. And GBP CAD looks good for sells as well. And Euro GBP also looks good for sells as well. We've got quite a few charts that are looking good for sells. This is the one that we looked at where it was at a... Yeah. Sells here too. We don't know here. Set an impasse. These three we don't know. We're actually going to completely eliminate GBP NZD. We're going to probably completely eliminate Euro JPY. And we don't know on GBP AUD. So we're going to slowly start eliminating charts here so we can narrow down what we're really looking at. So we're down to 6 charts and we're going to eliminate some more. But again, like I said, guys, I like these sells here. The only thing I don't like on sells is you're going against the main trend. But on the hour time frame, we did have a lower low. And if this respects this fair value gap, the new trend could be down. The new trend could be down. Because we have lower lows and lower highs now, actually. So here's your low, a high, here's your high, here's your low, here's your low. So the new trend on the hour is down. It looks like a good sell. Again, we just want some confirmation. We want to make sure that we're not being hasty and getting in our trades here. Yeah, these ones aren't doing much. Our top 3 are right there, but our number 1's going to be AUDJPY for sure. If you're just joining this, check Elms VST. Check NZD USD, bro. All right, we'll take a look. NZD USD. Let's look at it top down here. Oh man, that is... Looks like a sell to me, brother. But it's in a range right now. It's ranging. So if we look at the last 2 4-hour candles right here, your last 2 4-hour candles have been stuck in between 2 fair value gaps. This one and this one. So we're stuck in between two fair value gaps, but our clear direction is down. This is a bearish chart. Now, what I think is going to happen is that we're probably going to clear this and go for 20 pips. It's a good chart there. I see what you're saying. Elms Visti. Yeah, I see what you're saying there. It looks like a sell. Do I have two channels? No, I have one channel. I only have one channel. Why do you say that? I'm streaming on two horizontal and vertical though. So that could be what you're seeing. Yeah, two broadcasts. One's vertical and one's horizontal. So if you're on your mobile phone or if you're on your PC. That's why. Yes, sir. No, you're good, man. You're good. Thanks for joining the stream. Appreciate you. We're gonna get a new 15-minute candle here, guys, in just a couple minutes. We've got on the higher time frames, Miguel, you are correct. On the higher time frames, especially because we're at this EMA ribbon, but the fair value gap that was created here. I'm just not sure yet. I don't think we have enough information. But the hour's looking bearish. The 4 hour, on the other hand, not so much. But going to the 15, I think we could catch a move down to 171 if we break this fair value gap. But if we don't, we're not going to touch it. I am. K-Deb, I'm not charging. My streams are free. And my Discord's free. There's no charge there, brother. No charge there. I stream for free 5 days a week. Good question, though. That's a good question, man. You should see the, it's pinned. Black Ocean, it's pinned. There's a pinned comment. There's also a thing called Nightbot that should be writing it like every 10 minutes on how to join. Appreciate you, K-Deb. But yeah, this is all free information, man. I think that if you give solid free advice to people for long enough, they're going to eventually want something bigger. So what I do is try and give my free advice and my free teaching to the best of my ability. And if something else comes from that, so be it. But if not, we're still doing this for free, man. I just got a new 15-minute candle here. mark up this NZD USD chart. We're getting a lot of consolidation on most of these charts right here. GBP AUD might be the first one to break a other than AUD JPY. Yeah, Nightbot's mine, Miguel. Every couple minutes it sends different things. We're still waiting to figure out what we're gonna do, guys. We're pretty much ranging on most of these charts. We're waiting to see a breakout of a key zone, and then there's a couple other rules that we need to meet. Nah, I only trade the New York session once a week, and to be honest with you, I've been getting away from it. There's too much news. There's news all the time. News. And we don't trade news. The Asian session has been better to me. The Asian session's been a lot better. We're getting volume though. Check out Euro JPY. Euro JPY is still ranging. We're still charting sideways. We don't want to trade in between zones. So we have our key zones marked out. You don't want to trade in there. You don't want to trade in between these key zones, guys. It's a recipe for disaster. It's a guessing game at that point. You want to have some good analytics as to why you're getting in the trade. And when it's ranging, it's really tough to get there and understand that. From the Philippines, I'll try to trade with you until I get good. Yeah, man. We trade 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. So we've got roughly a couple minutes. So it's 8 a.m. near you. Nice. We've got some consolidation here at this key level on AUD JPY, and I believe we're getting that because this is still an uptrend in the long term. I'd like to catch the move from here to here for a retest, but we could have already caught the retest right here. If that makes sense, guys. We could have already caught the retest, and that's what we're waiting to see. Is this the retest right here? Is this the breakdown here and the retest up to this way? Or are we in fact actually doing the opposite and break and retesting right here to come back down this way, and this is the retest? So we're trying to decipher that here, and the hour's really not giving us enough. This hour candle right here, this hammer candle right there, was a really good indication that we're in a reversal, and we're going to come back down. But the 4-hour chart is still bullish, so not enough information to take the trade. Not enough information to take the trade yet. But we got a new hour candle coming in 10 minutes. just ranging right here. In between those two fair value gaps. Key zones right there on the 5. Here and here. Sham, I do not trade gold. No, I don't trade gold. I don't like the way it moves. And especially being at its all-time high right now. Yeah, no. Like, gold reached an all-time high 2 days ago. And, there's just no telling what it's going to do. We're in unprecedented times. If that makes sense. We're in unprecedented times here. You know, they say what goes up must come down, but because of the news going on and everything with the United States and Venezuela and, you know, economic unrest, economic turmoil, whichever term you want to use, it's an interesting time. News is really hard right now. I agree. There's a lot going on that's influencing the market. He can't sack him. That's because, oh boy, it's taking control of our country. Yeah, man, there's just a lot going on, you know? You're correct. You're correct, Sham. I agree that during economic unrest, people buy precious metals. Nazred, what's going on, man? What do I trade? I trade foreign exchange pairs. That's what we're looking at right now is foreign exchange pairs. Good question, though. Yeah, silver and gold will both. They're both precious metals. They both will go up during economic turmoil. Nice. You trade gold futures? That's cool. Cool, cool. Yeah, that's insane. Yeah, New York's insane. I lived in New York for 4 or 5 years. I was actually born there, but I went back and lived there. NZD USD is selling. We have our zones marked out. El Musty, we have our zones marked out here, right? So we have our key zone here and our key zone here. If it breaks below this, we take a sell. If it breaks above this, we take a buy. Does that make sense? We have to mark out the key zones to figure out where it is. How long does a gallon of diesel get? Oh man, that's a loaded question. December was bloody. December was tough, and January has been a little tough. We've been doing pretty well, but January's been tough also. I agree with you guys, though. It's been tough for a lot of people. Nice. Welcome to the Discord. Black Ocean, nice. A lot of good free information in there. But yeah, NZD USD, we're looking at sells. The one beloved. What's up, Matt? Can you go over your setup and strategy? Yeah, sure. Welcome to the stream. The one beloved. Yeah, so what we do is we mark out the highs and lows on the... We start on the 4 hour. I don't trade funded accounts, so payouts doesn't matter to me. I trade my own capital. But anyway, going back to it. So we mark out key zones on the 4 hour charts, right? I'll give you an example, a good example here. So we mark out key levels on the highs and the lows. Once we've marked out key levels, we drop down to the 1 hour time frame and mark out our micro levels. So we have a micro resistance here and a micro support here. Then we look at for what the actual chart's doing, we look at price action. So on this chart, we can see that we had a double top and then we broke back down, came through this resistance right here, and we're retesting it again. So now that we've analyzed the chart, we've analyzed that there's a double top and there's a possible break and retest. A break of structure, which means it was ranging here and it broke the range right here. Right there is where it broke the range. We were ranging here, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. We broke it here. Now that we've established that we had a break of structure, we're coming up to retest this new resistance zone that was a support at one time. It was a support in this area. Now it's acting as a resistance right here for this, and we're seeing the chart start to turn and go back the other way. So what we're looking at here is to see if this is in fact a break and retest of the zone to come back down and fill to this zone down here. And this zone would be roughly 18 to 20 pips right there. So that'd be a good trade. Does that make sense? The one beloved, we go from the 4 hour to the 1 hour with marking our charts, and then we enter most of the time either on the hour or on the 15. On our 15-minute strategy, we go to the 15-minute and we mark the session high and the session low like we did right here. So here's our session high and our session low. We wait for it to break under one and meet all 4 of our requirements. Our requirements are, we have to identify that it's in a certain trend. We have to get a full candle closure above or below the EMA ribbon. We have to have a fair value gap that's acting as a support or resistance. And that's really it. Or a reversal at a key zone. So those are our rules. We use a top-down approach to analyzing the charts and then zoom in from a wider scope to a smaller scope to figure out what we're going to do in the trade and where we're going to take it. Does that make sense? The one beloved? That's a very condensed version of explaining it, though. Very condensed version. Alright, guys, we got our new hour candle coming here for all of our charts. So, we're going to get a new hour candle here and see what happens. Yeah, it's really good information to have, for sure, man. It is. But we go over this every night. Every night, Sunday through Thursday. Oh, we're seeing an interesting candle here. Yeah, volumes, it's about normal. I mean, we're at 22K on Euro JPY. That's like the baseline one I go off of. Alright, I'm going to turn these night bots off. But yeah, I mean, Euro JPY is normal, AUD JPY, all the JPY pairs are normal. Wow, what a candle that was, huh? Just immediate buying. 1 minute in. It bought straight up. It bought straight up into the zone. Good. I'm glad to hear that, Adele. I still think NZD USD selling. It looks solid. It meets all of our requirements. It just has to break the lows. NZD USD does look good, but it's got to break the lows. Black Ocean, thanks for following, man. Appreciate it. On AJ, on AUD JPY, yeah, AUD JPY jumped up hard. I think it's just creating a wick, though, to be honest with you. I think it's creating a wick, to be quite honest with you. I think this is going to wick down, and I personally think we're going to see 20 pips this way. I followed you back, Black Ocean. I think we're going to see it come back down. What do you think, Miguel? You tell me, what do you think? It's having such a tough time breaking this fair value gap right here. This fair value gap that we created on the hour. We're having a real tough time breaking that. $106,257. Where's that? Oh, you think it's going up here and then dropping, or going up? So you think we're going to break new highs? You think we're going to break new highs, or we're going to come back down? I don't think we're breaking new highs tonight. I don't think we're breaking this. I mean, we could. On the 4 hour. A card 1720. What's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. You didn't miss anything. We're not in a trade. We're just going over charts, man, and vibing. Going over charts and vibing right now. Could be right. You could be right. Yeah, we haven't been this high since Wednesday, the 17th of July in 2024. So we're going on a pretty long time, but on the day, we could come up and fill this wick. So you could be right on that. We're at our zone right now. And it looks like we blew through that fair value gap. I think you could be right there. Well, our 15-minute has 1, 2, 3 of our confirmations now. Now that we broke the highs this way. I really like that NZD USD trade. AUD JPY looks like it's going to go too, though. So our top two trades right now are AUD JPY and NZD USD. 15, we're above it too on the 15. On the 5, we've got a fair value gap as well. Still in range though. It's a good break of structure too, so it's a break and retest. So here was our ranging. This was our zone for a while, right guys? Here was our zone for a while. We broke it. And now we're coming back down to retest it, which is right here. Again, this is the zone. We're retesting it right here, and we could go drive up now. But here's our zone that we broke. Now this is our next zone that we're looking to see. Are we going to break toward the upside or are we going to break toward the downside? If we do one of those, we're either going to fill 19 pips this way or 23 pips that way. Either way, it's a good trade, but we have our analyzation set up here to where either one that happens, we're ready for. Just gotta see what happens. Well, we got our break. We got our break on NZD USD. I like the NZD USD trade the best. Oh yeah, and especially on the 4. Yeah, this thing's dropping. On all of the time frames, it's a sell. We just got a break below key zone. We have confirmed EMA ribbon, candles underneath, downtrend, fair value gaps. We've got everything to take this trade. We've got all of our confirmations to take this trade, guys. You just need a 5-minute candle closure under this zone. But AUD JPY is where the volume is. That's the only difference there, is that do we want to get in a trade with 7K volume or 21K volume? Well, whichever one has better price action and meets our credentials to take a trade. The NZD USD trade is the most promising in terms of structure, though, guys. We're going to wait for retracement, but we're probably going to take sells here on NZD USD. We'll wait 5 minutes for the new candle. But we just broke structure. We're in a downtrend. Fair value gaps, everything. EMA ribbon flip. We got it all on NZD USD. We also have it on AUD JPY, but we have 2 fair value gaps right here. We don't have that on NZD USD. We are free and clear. I take that back, actually. We do have one here and one here. They're both good trades. I would still like to see this one break the zone more, but NZD USD has a clear break. 100% clear break. Yeah. There's no fair value gaps on the one. We'll wait. We'll wait another 4 minutes. But as far as the trade goes, technically speaking, I like NZD USD sells the best. NZD USD sells. It's a nice looking chart here, guys. It's a really nice looking chart. We got, what, 3 minutes until we get a new 15-minute candle? And we created a fair value gap here on the 5. Beautiful. We got 2 more minutes until we decide if we're going to get in this trade or not. If you guys are just joining, welcome. We're analyzing 2 different charts right now, AUD JPY and NZD USD. Those are the 2 charts we're looking at if you want to pull them up on your own. Oh, we got the break on AUD there, guys. AUD's got the volume. It's the only reason I'd like to take it over the other one is AUD's got the volume. See what the hour looks like. Break off the using the EMA ribbon as support and fair value gap. Yeah, this one might be the play. Yeah, AUD might be the play here, guys. And we're looking for 20 pips. All right. On this 15-minute candle, we're going to wait for some good retracement here. As long as it doesn't break below this area here, I think we're going to get in AUD JPYs. It is meeting standards, as they say. It is 100% meeting our standards. Really bullish movement going into this last minute here. Wait to see if we get some retracement. Drop down to the 5 here. Yeah, full candle closure above on the 5, guys. We're gonna be clear to get in this trade. We're gonna get in a long here, I believe. Gonna give it a minute here, but gonna give it a second to work itself out. Make sure it's not a fake out, you know? We want to make sure we're not getting faked out here. But it looks like we're going to be taking buys here. Yep, it is retracing. Do want to look at the NZD trade too. Oh man, I love this trade. Tell you what, if there was, gosh, I wish there was just more volume on this NZD trade, because I think it's gonna be slow moving. But the NZD trade is solid for 18 pips. We're marking out our zones and marking key zones and waiting for them to have a break of structure and move toward the zones on the higher time frames. So we marked out zones on high time frames, zoomed in and marked out key zones on low time frames, and wait for it to break one of them and move toward the ones on the high time frames. It's as simple as that. That's what we're doing right now. Gonna give it 3 minutes until we get the 20-minute candle. Yeah, it rejected good. We're gonna take buys on AUD JPY, guys. We're gonna go long on AUD JPY. All right. 106.507. $106.507. I'm going to mark our take profits right now. 106.507 was our entry. Sorry, guys. All right. Send it out. All right, guys, we are in longs on AUD JPY. Just for anyone that's confused or wants to know, we are long on AUD JPY. Once we get into profit, we will manage the trade as we see fit. We'll manage the trade as we see fit. But again, we're in long on AUD JPY, guys. We're pretty much risking 1-to-1 here. Not that I care about RR at all. Yeah, I think it's a good trade. We had no wick on that, absolutely no wick on that 15-minute candle, top or bottom, 0 wicks at all. Nice 15-minute fair value gap created too. How many pips was that move off that fair value gap? 14. Okay. If you're just joining, guys, we are in long on AUD JPY. There's the retracement. It's just based on structure. It's fully based on structure, and I take my position size based off how many pips could potentially go down. There's no set number. It's purely based on what the chart looks like. Ideally, we don't break below this. If we look at the hour, yeah. Anything below this FVG is bad news. Anything below this FVG is bad news, so... The good news is the body of this candle is staying above our key zone. So like that key zone that we talked about right here, the body of this candle is staying above it. Which means prices continually being pushed up right now.
You always wondered why that app didn't exist. Now
About to get a new 5-minute candle. Tell you what, if it touches this fair value gap, I'm not going to like that on the 5. So we're seeing a little bit of market correction here, guys. It's just the truth. That's what we're seeing. We had a massive drive up, and we're seeing some market correction, which typically happens. We probably could have waited one more candle to get into it, but we analyzed it the way we analyzed it. We had all 4 confirmations. It met all of our rules. Yes, it did. It did meet every single one of our rules, so that is why we're in it. As long as we reject this zone right here, we'll be okay. Be okay. We're going to see what happens here. Interesting 15-minute candle, that's for sure. We just get a new 5. Good. Yeah, 0.3 is the right size for that account. But we got a really interesting 15-minute candle. We're going to see if this was a fake out or not. I don't believe it was. Hopefully it's just a wick and we're going to run back up. I think this fair value gap's giving us a little bit of problems right here. Truly. We're going to see what happens here, guys. If you're just joining us, welcome, guys. I see there's a couple people coming in. We are in long on AUDJPY. We're going to get a new 15-minute candle in 2 minutes here. We're dancing on that zone, though. Those 2 previous hour candles were suspicious, but we're going to see what happens. We went with the volume. We had 2 options. We could go with NZD, USD, or this one. We went with the volume. Because both of them met all 4 requirements to take a trade. Yeah, we are. Just hanging out right at the zone there. I don't want to see a fake out on the hour. Yeah, techs are all strong buy. You are correct. Yep, they are. All of them. All technicals are a strong buy. Tani Legrand, thanks for the subscribing, man. Appreciate you. We're up to 530. Thank you, guys. Sounds good, ma'am. No problem. The only fear I have on this trade, this is the only thing I'm going to say about this, is that this wicks down after these red ones and creates a downtrend. That's my only fear on this trade. And that's all I'll say about it. Everything else looks solid. Everything points to the right direction on this trade. Even the 4 hour. Everything points to the right direction on this trade. A 15-minute closure right now above the previous highs would be awesome. Above our entrance. Yeah, if this 15-minute candle could be an engulfing or just break the highs, that's all we need. We just want to see it break the highs. Let's see what the 5 looks like. Yeah, break and retest, guys. Full on break, retest of this fair value gap. Let's see it drive. See it drive. If you're just joining, guys, we're in long on AUDJPY. I like the trade. It was a solid 5-minute previous candle. Really good 5-minute previous candle that let us know the continuation wasn't going down. That was an important 5-minute candle there, right here. Plus, we got 1 minute until we get a new 5. One more minute, guys. Actually, 40 seconds. It's wicking down. Black, gray, and white. Sorry, red, black, gray, white. That kind of theme to match the logo. Didn't want that fair value gap there. It's trying, baby. It wants to push. It wants to push. There's the push. Take out that fair value gap. Yeah, we want to take out that fair value gap. 3 small candles that are all smaller than the previous red one is not what we want to see. We buy today. We did buy today, Nana G. We are in buys, my brother. Big Mitch, what's going on? How are you? Thanks for joining. Big Mitch 001. This is AUDJPY. We're in that's what we're in right now. $10. 2 entries. We've got a really well marked out chart here, guys. Really well marked out chart. On the higher time frames, we have our main zones. On the smaller time frame, we had our micro zones. We had a break above the zone, and now we're driving. So or at least trying to. But if you want to know why we got in the trade, I have no problem explaining it. Why we got in this trade. Approaching the 9 o'clock hour, what we have to look at is that you're going to see a bit of retracement for us to have room to move forward. Yeah, we are, Miguel. This area right here, we're just consolidating in. We don't want to break this zone right here, though. That's the Buffalo Bills, man. What's my win rate? I'm well over 70%, but I don't measure win rate. So win rate is a bad word to use in trading, and I'll explain why. You can have more losses. You can have more losses that are smaller dollar amounts than your wins. I've seen many traders do it. Not using that. There's as long as your wins are bigger than your losses, it doesn't matter what your win rate is. You could have a 47% win rate, but if that 47% was all bigger wins than what your losses were, it doesn't matter. So I think growing noob reel 2, I think that's not a good word to use, win rate. I would say how profitable are you is a better question. But I'm profitable, if that's what you're asking. No, you're good, man. I just think people get caught up in win rate, and it's deceiving to say that because of you could have a lot of little losses and a couple big wins that outweigh the little losses, if that makes sense. Yeah, no problem, man. Thanks for joining the stream. Appreciate you. We're just dancing on this candle. My trading strategy is support and resistance zones on high time frames, and then we zoom in on smaller time frames and find key levels and wait for them to break. It's break of structure and price action trading is what we do. I live every single day, Sunday through Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And one day of the week I'll trade the Asian session, which will probably be Thursday this week. My New York session varies, but my Asian session is always 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're getting some good movement here, Miguel. I stream full-time, I trade full-time, but I also do have a job that's full-time. I'm a PGA of America member. I run a golf course. A big one. But I also trade full-time. 5 days a week. Yeah, I don't drive a golf cart. I wish that's all I did, man. Yeah, you're more than welcome to come down, man. Anytime you want. By the way, Adele, I turned that Nightbot off. It was annoying. It was too much. I just toggle it on and off when I want to send a message out. It's way easier. We're hoping so. Everything, all of our analysis says so. All of our technical analysis says it's going to. I am in the States. Yeah, I live in Florida. I live near the beach in Florida. We got one more minute until this 15-minute candle. 40 seconds, actually. My favorite football team is the Jets, embarrassingly enough. I was born in New York. We're terrible, I know. I'm well aware. I'm well aware how bad we are. Have been for years. A1A? The road? Is that where you live? Off A1A? Yeah, man. Growing new Be Real. I would get in the Discord channel. That's the best way to copy trade me. Yes, you can. Of course. Because I send it out. Do one be love. What do you mean by A1A? You live on A1A in Ormond Beach? That's wild. If you do. I don't want to see it break this low here. This zone. And we're certainly going to find out here in the next couple minutes. Danex 4th. I entered. Nice, man. Welcome to the stream, brother. Kind of, yeah. I'm like 10 minutes from the beach. Ten, 15 minutes from the beach. Yes, sir. Boy, we are dancing on this zone right here. This these two key levels that we marked out, this was our session low, this was our session high. Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Thanks. Oh, you're in South Florida? Nice. I have friends in South Florida. What do I think of FOMO? I think it's one of the worst things that you can do to yourself. If you're not in a trade, you're not in a trade. There'll be plenty more. This market is 23/6. 6 days a week, 23 hours you can trade foreign exchange. There will be plenty more trades, I promise you. There's absolutely no reason to have the fear of missing out. No reason whatsoever. That's my thoughts on that. Nice rejection here. But good question, Trey. Thanks for joining, man. How do I trade? Trade support and resistance zones, price action trading. Support and resistance on high time frames, zoom in and find key levels and wait for a break of structure. I'm getting really good at saying that fast now. I've been doing this for 15 years, man. Been trading for almost 15 years. I've been doing it for a long time. Appreciate you. Yeah, I started when I was 17. I'm 32. I'm not that old. But I tell you what, sitting in this chair for 3 hours makes my back feel like it. It's a good 5-minute candle there if it stays green. Want to keep that candle green, baby. I would say I wouldn't put a time frame on it, but if you're learning to trade, you're going to lose in the beginning. I think that having someone to learn from is important because I did not have that. Yes, I felt very overwhelmed by trading. Like I said, I've been doing it for 15 years. The first 5 years were probably the hardest years. I blew more accounts than I can tell you. I blew so many accounts when I first started trading, and I'm not afraid to admit that. I said that on a video, and I got some hate on it. I said in the video that I've blown probably 50 accounts. People are like, wow, you never learn, you never learn. Start putting your real money up. Tell me what happens with trial and error. Yes, everybody feels overwhelmed. This is not an easy thing to do. There's a very small percentage of the world that can make money trading, and that's just a fact. That's not to discourage anyone. That's a fact. You need to know going into this, but everything's hard. Getting a high-paying job is hard now. Everything's hard. Just pick your hard. Everything's tough. Shem, what was my best and worst year? I don't know off the top of my head. I know what my best was. I don't know what my worst was. I bet you will. I think you will, Adele. I've had some really good years and some really bad years, but the past 5 years have been really, really good. We got 8 minutes until we get a new hour candle. Yeah, man, it's gonna happen. I mean, it's just part of the game. You gotta pay your dues. Don't stop. Don't give up. If it's something that you truly want to do and like you're passionate about. I've taken breaks from it too. Like I took 2 years off and just said I need to take some time off. Because there is such thing as overdoing it. Spending more time on the charts isn't always the best thing. No, I'm not a swing trader. I'm a day trader and sometimes scalping, but after like year 4, I took like a year off. A year to 2 years off, and then I came back and been going hard since. Don't be afraid, guys. We are gonna get a wick down on this new candle. We're gonna get a wick to somewhere down here. If it goes anywhere near this FEG, we might mitigate, but I think down here, this area, you're gonna have a wick on the new hour. Five-minute bullish pennant created. Little 5-minute bullish pennant action. Right here. Is it recommended I listen to music? It's totally up to you. That's totally up to you, man. It's a personal preference. I don't think there's any common practice that goes for or against listening to music. I think some calming music, like what we have on, can't hurt. But I don't think there's anything for or against it, you know what I mean? Good question. Good, okay. Nice. You're going to get a lot of movement going into this last 5 minutes, guys, because it's a new 4-hour candle and it's a new 1-hour candle. So don't have trigger fingers here. We analyzed the trade, we plotted it out, and now we sit and wait. And we manage it. And this part of trading that most people don't talk about is called managing your emotions. When you're in a trade like this, you have to learn to be okay with being in the trade. You're never just going to go straight up and straight down. You're going to have consolidation. You're going to have drawdown. I honestly don't remember how I was introduced to trading. I think I just saw somebody doing it on the internet. Oh, Adam Koo. And yeah, I just saw him doing it and I found it so interesting. The fact that you can make money from your computer and not have a boss and literally do this wherever you want in the world. And I found Forex more appealing than the regular stock market because you can trade it anytime. Like you can... Yes, the Singaporean goat, Adam Koo. I pretty much teach what he teaches, but he uses a lot of... He teaches everything, and he doesn't really talk about what his strategy is. He's just an overall teacher of everything. Like Fibonacci levels and all this stuff. I don't trade with that, but he still teaches about it. It's good to know. It's good information to have, you know? We got 1 minute and 35 seconds, guys, until we get a new candle. I'd like to hold this zone. I'd really like to hold this zone right here. And stay above it. It wasn't as popular, not even close, but I watched Adam Koo on YouTube. He's got really good stuff. A lot of my learning was trial and error. Like I have a video about this on my TikTok and all my socials and Instagram and stuff. Is like I learned by sitting on my MacBook Pro and putting money into an account with an overseas broker and trading, just pressing buy and sell when I thought so, and I lost money, I made money, I lost money, I made money. Just all trial and error. And then I started to learn how the market moves and understand candlestick patterns and what support and resistance zones really mean and key levels, stuff like that. Just important stuff to know. Analyzing the way that candles move is just important. All right, here's our new hour candle, guys. I would expect retracement. Don't be nervous if you get retracement. Ideally, we want to hold this FVG, but expect some retracement. They're gonna come down and create a wick. But we closed extremely bullish. We closed very bullish, guys. There's our new 4-hour candle as well with a massive fair value gap. Huge fair value gap right here. But again, I would expect at worst for us to come down and create a wick in the middle body of this candle. Right there. Hey, look at that. It looks like a little road. Call it the road to trading. At worst, we should see a wick down to here. At worst. I hope we just see straight buying power. But again, that's at worst. Appreciate everyone who subscribed, guys. Up to 535 subscribers. Really appreciate you guys. Community's growing big time, exponentially. I think live streaming 5 days a week certainly helps. Yeah, you have a good feeling about this trade? I do too. We didn't retrace much coming into that new hour. It's just dancing on this line. It's a matter of time before it goes up. Chandu07, what's going on, man? Welcome to the stream, brother. What's going on? I'm from Florida, man. Thanks for asking. Well, not originally, but I live in Florida. A lot of good wicks on this 15 here. A lot of really good wicks on that 15. Wicks going up. We've after we plotted out this zone, guys, we broke this high, this session high right here, and we stayed above it. We're consolidating above it, which should lead to a push up. Nice from India. Yeah, I always used offshore brokers. I've never used an American broker. Welcome from India, though, man. They're not, I mean, yeah, I guess you can call them offshore, but like, somebody said that liquid brokers is unregulated. That's not true. It is regulated in Australia. It's not regulated in the United States, but it's regulated in Australia. It's a regulated broker. Yeah, there's a ton. Oanda, there's plenty of them. Just click this. All of these are American brokers. Oanda, Tasty FX, Weeble, StoneX, Dorman Trading, Trade Zero. All these are. Forex.com. They're just garbage. Sorry about it. Exness is not an American broker. I use liquid charts, liquid brokers. It used to be called sway brokers. I just don't like the leverage. I guess garbage was a harsh word, but not allowing people to trade with more than 1 to 50 leverage is just BS when the rest of the world can. Yeah, I like liquid a lot. I've had no issues with them. Like, why can the rest of the world trade with 1 to 500? Literally every other country, mostly, but the US is like, nah, we don't want to do that. It's not a lot size. It's the leverage amount. Like, it's not like we're talking about small countries either. Germany, England, France, Australia. These huge countries allow 1 to 500, 1 to 1,000 trading. But the US is like, nah, not going to allow that. Don't get me wrong, I love the United States. Best country in the world, but come on. That's all SEC stuff, though. That's all SEC regulated stuff. That's why. Like this trade, guys. It's a good looking trade right now. Exness has 1 to 2,000, huh? I've never seen 1 to 2,000. That's awesome, though. We're dancing here on this line, guys, but I'm very happy that we're above the zone and respecting the fair value gap on the 15 here. We just get a new 5-minute candle? Yeah, we did. A lot of consolidation right here. Very nice meeting you too, Chandu. Thanks for joining today, man. Oh, that's a good one. What do you mean they won't take U.S. residents? Oh, that's a move there, boys. That's a move there. Let's break the highs. Yeah, there we go. That's a move right there. It's a good move there, guys. We want to break these highs here. I had no problem getting an account with Liquid Brokers using my ID. They let me in fine. LMFX out of Macedonia used to let me trade. Oh, there we go. We broke the highs. That's good right there, boys. Let's go. Let's go. We broke the highs finally. That's a good sign. Yeah, I guess you just have to know the right ones. Like, Liquid is good, Hanko Trade's good. LMFX used to be decent. Again, rough spreads. But even if they say they don't service U.S. residents, sometimes if you just apply for the account to open it, they let you in. They still let you in. I've used a passport on some instead of my ID, and that's worked. But like Blueberry Broker, I think, they're like Canada only. They won't let us trade either. There's a bunch of weird ones. Sham, that's very nice of you. Appreciate you, man. AAAFX. Forex at 0 commission. Raw spreads from 0.0 pips. You always want to make sure you're using an A-book broker. There's a huge difference between an A-book broker and a B-book broker. And you want to make sure you're not using a B-book broker. Any of the guys that are allowing you to use MetaTrader, you cannot use MetaTrader in the United States anymore as your trading platform. So if the broker allows you to use MetaTrader, you can't use it in the United States, which sucks because MetaTrader used to be the best. I have both of them on my phone. MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5. Those were the best back in the day. Making a broker's hard, man, and you gotta have a lot of cash. Alright, let's push here on this trade, guys. I want to see TP1 here. Oh, you'll be able to tell. You'll be able to tell. The spreads is a big one. I think Hanko Trader's a B-book broker, so a lot of the B-book brokers have dot whatever. So like if you're trading USDJPY dot HKT, like it's their version. So they're using their own internal liquidity pool instead of using an external liquidity pool of money. I have a video of it explaining it really well on my Instagram of the difference between A book brokers and B book brokers. You know, I'll send it in the Discord, actually. I can download it from TikTok and send it in the Discord. I don't know about XS either. I'm gonna download it. I'm gonna post it in Discord for you guys right now. I'm gonna put it in trade chat. Yeah, that's just not something I'm not worried about that at all with these guys. I understand where you're coming from though. Let's talk about I just sent it in the Discord for you guys. The difference between A book brokers and B book brokers.
Computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
There's the move. Let's keep going. We got one more minute till we get a 15-minute candle, guys, too. Yeah, nobody's getting seed funding for that, brother. It's a saturated market. Extremely high risk. No problem, Sham. Appreciate you coming, man. That's a great close there, guys. That was a great 5-minute candle close. Let's push up here. Let's push up here. There we go. Good moves here. 1 hour's looking strong, guys. The 15-minute candle was a full bullish engulfing candle. It's a good sign. No, you shouldn't have. You gave the right lot size for your account. You played it right, brother. You played it right. We just got to break this fair value gap and we're solid. We are sitting 4 pips in profit. I might look at closing 50% as we get closer. Yeah, man, of course, Adele. I'm here for you, brother. Appreciate you, too. This fair value gap is our next obstacle, boys. We got to get through this one right here. Four-hour looks solid, though. I'm going to delete the dotted line now. We don't have to worry about it. Let's just get to TP1. It's a bunch of little break and retests going on, you know? Oh, I hit my take profit on one of these. I had to take profit a little lower on my broker there, guys. Yeah, I closed for $282 in profit. Closed for $282 in profit. 50%. Yeah, I closed for $282. I didn't realize my stop loss was set a little lower on the broker, but that's fine. I closed 50%, guys, of my positions there. Not intentionally, but it did. Yeah, I mean, the first week of January and the last week of December is tough. Like I said, end of the year is really tough. Everyone dumps off. They're trying to save on taxes. There's a lot going on at the end of the year. You want to get real fun, we go down to the... Yep, it is security. Get real fun, you go down to the 1 minute here. Yeah, man, it's always good to take your profits. This 1 minute is just funny to watch. It's just so much movement. But it's the same thing over and over again, that like you guys need to understand this. Like, so we consolidated, we moved up, we consolidated, we moved up, we consolidated, we moved up. Like the market moves in small consolidation patterns above key zones. You know what I mean? Oh, for sure. Yeah, 100%. For sure. You gotta be smart about that. 536 subscribers. Appreciate you guys very much. Yes, sir, you do. I'm hoping we push up higher on this, guys, but yeah, I'm hoping we do. I think by the end of the night, we're going to be up somewhere near here. I think we may see it tap TP1, come back down, consolidate for a little bit, and then get up here. I'd like to see it just move, but it looks like it's having trouble on the 15 getting past that that last fair value gap to give us a home free to the next zone. It's giving us trouble right there. That fair value gap's giving us trouble. We're 4 pips in profit, though. Did you, and we're up to 43 members in the, Discord, guys. That's awesome.
Build a website you love with Wix.
Here we go. Let's get it going. A new 5-minute candle here. Did you guys notice on the movement of this chart how we went up and we broke a new high, we consolidated into a little flag. We broke a high, we consolidated into a new flag. There you go, you closed in profit, good. Profit's profit, man. I'm gonna give this till about 9:30. The soundboard, the Stream Deck thing. This thing's cool. I like my Stream Deck. This bad boy. Yeah, the Stream Deck's cool. I don't use it for nearly what I should be using it for. Like, I could do a lot more with it. I don't have too much on it. We are struggling to move, but we are above the zone. So that's always a positive. How many trading days left in this month? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13 more trading days left in this month. All right, I want to make something clear to everyone before I am going to end up popping off here around 9:30. But I want everyone to know that our stop loss is down here. There's two places you could put your stop loss. You could put it here, or if you're properly managed, you could put it down here. I have mine at 106.312. And we have our take profits at 106.588 and 106.690. Our next take profit beyond that is infinity because it'll be uncharted territory for the past couple months. But before I hop off, I want everyone to know where we stand in this trade. I'm holding it. When we hit take profit 1, I will let everybody know in the Discord I'm going to close probably 75% at take profit 1 and leave 25% runner and move the stop loss to break even. That's a dump off right there. But again, it's right at our zone. We're above it. We have the fair value gap. We have the EMA ribbon as support. Everything aligns with our trading strategy. So there's nothing to really alarm people. Oh, yeah. But stay in it, guys. It was a good stream. I appreciate you guys. I hope everyone has a good rest of the night. I'm going to hop out here at this 9:30 candle. But manage your trades. Make sure you're staying on top of it. Set and forget. And make some here, what I'm going to do actually, before we get off, is I'll show you. I'm going to add alerts. And I name the alerts. TP1 is going to be the name of that alert. And then, cancel. What are you doing there? You make TP2. And then you have your stop loss. And then I always make one that's a mitigate one right in the middle. And I'll name them. So like I'm going to call this one drawdown. So that one's called drawdown. And this is, I don't know why TradingView's having a problem right now, so I can't name them. But you can name them. You get my point. I appreciate you guys very much. I hope everyone has a great night. And let's make some money on this trade. Peace, guys. Thanks, Sham. See you, man. Have a great night, guys.